Executive Director and founder of Steps to the Top Leadership Center, STLC. So my passion is to work with, to encourage people to leadership development, to help people be the best version of themselves. Really, that's what STLC is about. Helping people be the best version of themselves. And we design programs that can fit any population or anyone. So that's what we do.
Well, you've been doing something on women with disabilities.
Right.
I want to know what actually informed your decision to build the capacity of women with disabilities in leadership.
Thank you. I used to work as a doctor in an orphanage, and I got in contact with a young boy who was becoming blind, a 12-year-old boy. It really started that way. And I tried to get the parents to send the boy to school for the blind, and the parents refused. And I remember that a year later, I was told that that boy went completely blind and he had been taken to the village to beg. And I always felt, did I do enough to help that boy get into school? And so when I had an opportunity to work with kids with disabilities, I designed a program, STLC designed a program for kids with disabilities, which was funded by the US Embassy. And that project was more of an advocacy to make sure that every child who can learn and who has a disability should get into school. It was a fantastic and an amazing program. But in the course of delivering that program, I got to meet a lot of women who were living with disabilities. And talking with them, interacting with them, some of the things that came up, before you design a program, you must have data, you must have facts. Some of the things that came out with my interaction with women with disabilities was that there's a lot of issues with self-confidence, a lot of issues with opportunities, getting opportunities or being able to take advantage of opportunities that present themselves. And I asked them, what would you want to see? What would happen? And they talked about things of setting goals, building their ability to have a clear vision, leadership training. And so when I got an opportunity to know about voice, knowing the population they work with, the demography they work with, that came into my mind. And so we designed Project Thinkable, the first part. So Project Thinkable had shifting the mindset of women with disabilities. And what we wanted to do was give women with disabilities a voice, build their leadership capacity so they can speak for themselves, help them to set goals, help them to build communication skills, help them to have a clear vision where they're going, help them to plan, help them to have micro-enterprise skills. And that was where Project Thinkable 1 happened. It was amazing. We finished it and it had 3 pillars: leadership development, mentorship, and community service. So every participant, every right holder had a mentor. So we had recruited women in the community, successful women. Some are doctors, some are people working in communications, NTA, beautiful, amazing, accomplished young women who volunteered to mentor the women with disabilities. We experienced a lot of successes. We have women, blind people who had said they were not going back to school, but working with their mentors, they are now in the university. We have people who started businesses. We have a lot of success stories from Project Thinkable 1. And we now encourage every one of these women to also do community service, because we wanted to shift the whole idea of shifting the mindset is let people begin to see you as a contributing member of your community, not somebody to be pitied. And so we gave them that opportunity and they did amazing things. We had women who went to teach in orphanage, who went to read in schools, who went to orphanages to clean up. They did a lot of amazing things, plant trees as part of their community services and service activities. So that was it. Project Thinkable 2 now is taking the alumni of Project Thinkable 1 and training them to train others. So what we did today now is the TOT. So those women, we selected some of them and we gave them the skills where they can actually be facilitators for other women with disabilities. So in Project Thinkable 2, it is the women themselves who will facilitate. STLC will now step back and allow them to take charge. And then we'll still have, they will also mentor and they'll also do community service. So we have another cohort of women who are coming in, who will be mentored and trained by our last cohort of women.
Okay, I want to ask, what is actually what your organization intend to achieve in a long time with this training, or this training that you're having? What is your intention? What do you want to achieve in a long time? Maybe a long time plan of what this particular project is going to achieve.
Yes. We're hoping that in years to come, women with disabilities who are alumni of our programs can stand alone, can go out there and start organizations, can go out there and write books, can go out there and be public speakers, can go out there and train. We have exposed them to modules that they have not experienced before. We're exposing them to skills. So we're hoping that these women, in the years to come, I have built my confidence, not because I was born with it, but because I have attended programs and projects like this. Today I can hold my own. I am hoping that as many women as have passed through this program can hold their own anywhere in the world. That's our goal.
Okay, so let me not waste your time. Encourage a lot of women with disabilities who may be watching this later on. I want you to just give some words of encouragement that can actually build their confidence, as you say.
I think if everybody got to know any woman with disability, or any person with disability for that matter, they would see that they're just like everyone else. They are fun, they are crazy, they have a sense of humor, they are creative, they're innovative. They're just like everyone else. All they need is a little opportunity, a little push. All they need is somebody to believe in them. When a lot of the mentors I brought in to work in on this project would say, we have never been up close, one-on-one with a person with disability. That is how disconnected we are. So I want to tell every woman with disability, don't be discouraged, take your time, build your capacity. Everybody in the world needs to build their capacities, whether they're living with disabilities or not. If you don't, when opportunities present themselves, you will not be able to take it. So don't focus on your disability. Go out there and do something for other people. Leadership is about serving. Put yourself in a position where you're valuable, where you're seen not as somebody who is looking for handouts, but as somebody who has something to offer to others. Once you do that, you're on top of your game. So I wish you good luck.
Please advocate for women with disabilities.
I have lots of friends. I was chief bridesmaid to a person with visual impairment. So she's my best friend. My husband and I was a chief bridesmaid. My husband was the best man, and that family still remains my family till now. This is over 20 years, and so it's a world that I've always been in contact with. So they're my friends.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.